Coming up live on LiveWire, next on Access Sacramento, we've got a great show for you today. It's going to be kind of mixed, interesting. We're going to talk to a lady from Bobby Wooten from Feed Sacramento Homeless to talk about how you can help feed the homeless in Sacramento. And this is the time of the year to really pull it out and get it going. It's getting colder. People get hungry when they get cold. And then also some chaps who are artists. They actually put together comic books, and they're part of a whole development of comic books by local people. They don't come from, New York City. They come from here. So stay tuned for LiveWire right after this. Okay. Bobby Wooten Ballard works for Feed Sacramento Homeless, which is one of the number of service organizations that actually provide food, clothing, and other services to homeless in our town. And if you haven't noticed, it looks like there's more. We'd like more, see more and more of those things. And it's very important that we help to find them livelihood, and before that, help to ensure that they feel safe in our community. And Bobby, thank you for coming to talk to me.
Oh, thank you for having me today.
And thanks for doing what you do. I mean, not everybody jumps into that world and says, I am going to help someone, eat and survive until they can find their way on the planet to provide that for themselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you were walking down the street one day and you said, geez, I have to do this.
No, honestly, a classmate of mine a couple years ago, we were studying for an exam, and we decided that we wanted to help some people around Thanksgiving. So it was just supposed to be a one-time thing, get together some family and friends, go down to buy loaves and fishes, feed as many people as possible. It was such a success. In about 2 weeks, I created that event, and within 2 weeks, I had about 30 volunteers.
Wow.
And we were able to feed almost 100 people for Thanksgiving. You see, before I knew it, it was something that I felt passionate about, and I decided to turn it into a nonprofit organization so we can make a greater impact in Sacramento.
Good.
You see.
Good, because obviously the impact seems to be needing more growth. I mean, it's growing, I mean, a whole concept of walking through Sacramento and seeing people, who are just sitting there and it's like raining or it's cold and they're under somewhere. They get some blankets or something and a bunch of junk around them or stuff, whatever. I'm not sure what it is.
Right. Their belongings. It's their home, their clothes, everything that they need to survive on the streets. You see. So with that being said, once again, we provide meals. Twice a month, once in the South area, Florin Road, 65th area, once in the North area by Del Paso Boulevard and Plaza Avenue.
That's where a lot of people congregate.
Yes, it is, and they know that we will be there. These are people that we call our friends. You see, they are looking for us every month, that fourth Sunday of the month. And don't misunderstand me, we feed people who live in homes as well, because there are some people that are one step to being homeless.
Well said.
Okay, so we do not discriminate. It's very inclusive, but nonetheless, we are a nonprofit organization. We're truly a grassroots organization who thrives off of the community.
But you do fundraisers, and I love this one fundraiser.
That we do.
That's how you raise money.
Yes, sir.
You do all kinds of toy drives and coat drives and just to do this, and you sponsored a junior senior prom.
Yes,
I like
sir.
that. That looks like more like outreach, and there's something about an essay. But what I really like is the fact that the upcoming thing you're doing in January to keep this going is a talent show.
Yes, sir. It is our second annual Unity Talent Show. Okay, it will be held at the Guild Theater, January 21st.
Yeah, the Guild Theater.
Yes,
It's a wonderful old theater
Oh.
that has been rehabilitated from the vaudeville days. You know,
It's
the
absolutely
old
beautiful.
silent film days when it was built. And it's on 35th Street in
Yes, sir.
Sacramento, right
Yeah.
along,
Broadway.
Broadway.
Yes,
right along
yes.
Broadway.
It's from 4 to 7. Like I said, it's our biggest fundraiser. That's where, because we don't get any corporate sponsors or anything like that. We're truly organic, and we survive. We thrive from the members in the community.
So you go and you see a wonderful talent show and pay a few bucks.
Diverse. You're going to get spoken word, acting. You're going to get dancing. I mean, it is a number of individuals who want to do something that's bigger than them. You see,
Sure.
And everybody. There's multiple ways to get involved. You know, everybody's not hands-on. Everybody doesn't have money.
Yeah.
So some people, they'll come participate so they can help fundraise.
Wow.
Okay.
You've got some pictures. Let's have a look at those pictures, and maybe you can be the radio announcer as
Okay.
we look at the slides.
Okay.
So this is Feed Sacramento.
Yes.
Homeless.
Oh, yes.
Who's this?
This right there, that's my brother, CC. He's one of our volunteers.
Oh, you drag your family.
Oh, definitely. And see, that's one of the biggest nice things about our organization is families can come out and volunteer as well. You see. So right there, once again, that's my brother. You probably see, oh, that's my cousin Kenny there,
So you're
folding the
handing out
clothes.
handing out-
That was actually at our Christmas feed in the South area on Florin Road. See, so we actually try to let people get a shopping experience as well as a hot meal.
No doubt.
Okay?
No
Yes,
doubt.
sir. Yes, sir. We provide bags and all for them. Oh, that was our Easter feed right there in Del Paso, in the Del Paso Heights area. And we had a family come out who made Easter baskets, basically, for the children.
Wow.
You see. So, and at these feeds, we feed up to 200 people.
And what's that?
That is our first annual Unity Talent Show at the Guild Theater. And I have to say thank you to Cass. They are a dance team. They come out and they'll be at our next talent show as well on the 21st at the Guild Theater. They're a professional dance team who comes and gives their time to help raise money for the show.
And help raise money for the homeless.
Yes.
Oh, that looks like me.
Yes.
No, that's the next group of people, right?
But yes, we do multiple things for the community. Once again, it's not just about the homeless. It's about those that are in need. Our toy drive is actually going on until December 16th. Okay, we have multiple drop-off locations.
So what if I had some toys, dolls and things, and I want to bring it over there? How do I do it?
Well, you can always access our Facebook page at Feed Sacramento Homeless, which has every event that we have going on. Our toy drive is listed, and all of our 5 participants, our drop-off locations, are on that flyer there. So we have Grub Subs, Ramos Oils, Matt Subs.
Well, Ramos, those guys are great.
A1 Driving School, and I'm sorry for the last one, but we have you there too. Okay.
They'll be on the program.
They are on the program.
The mystery supporter.
Yes. So there's 5 convenient drop-off. Flips Clips on Franklin Boulevard, the barbershop.
Okay,
There
you
we
got
go.
it.
Sorry about that, Trish.
That's good.
But yes, 5 locations where you can drop off a new unwrapped toy for a boy or girl up to age 17.
Up to age
Okay.
17,
Gift cards, we accept them all. The goal is to provide children with a memorable Christmas.
Absolutely.
Okay. Then after that, we have our Unity Talent Show. We're always accepting clothes, coats, blankets, because like you said, it's cold. And people, they really would like sleeping bags because they're waterproof.
Amen.
You see. So access our page, Feed Sacramento Homeless, like our page, share it. You'll be able to get in contact with me. I'll answer all questions. Year to date, we fed over 8,000 people, just so everybody knows that we are truly active in the community. We love to partner with individuals, and our ultimate goal is just to grow and help people.
And Bobby, you're a nonprofit, so you can accept some money then, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir. We are official.
And so if you come to the talent show, they will find you and hand you a check. That's what they will do, right?
Yes, they will. They will. I will be
They
there.
will do that.
Yes, and if you can't find me, they will direct you to me just in case I'm busy.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
And
sir.
it must be fun putting on a talent show because you know it's doing a good thing for the community, and everybody who joins in knows what they're doing.
You know, it truly is fun. More than anything, I enjoy providing a platform for those who don't know how to get involved or just don't know what direction to go to.
Yeah, sure.
You see, and I believe what makes us, that separates us from the rest, is we are really hands-on. You see,
yeah.
in addition to just being a down to earth, we're down to earth. We love having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
When we do our feeds, it's more like a family reunion than people coming through like, can I get my plate today?
No, right.
You know, it's come on over, get your meal, have fun, shake a hand, make a friend. You see, I know a lot of people's names because people, even though you feed them, they like to feel like they're cared about. They don't want to feel like they're forgotten about. You see, so that's why I try to make each experience very personal. Okay, if that makes sense to you.
It sure does make sense.
I had an individual just this past Sunday. This man, he has a bike. It was just one of those nice, big, old school bikes. And I took a picture with him maybe 6 months ago. He came up to me and said, "You're that girl that took that picture with me on that bike." You see, so those are the memories that we aim to create as an organization. In addition to, once again, providing a platform for those who don't know where to come to. You see, or feel like it's too much red tape to volunteer somewhere else.
I see.
Okay, so we're always accepting of volunteers. We love when people come out and add new ideas to what we have going on because, you know, we can't do it all ourselves. It definitely takes a community.
Yeah, and it seems like a growing thing in the community.
Yes,
More
sir.
people from the community really need to step in. Feed Sacramento Homeless. If I Googled those words on the internet, your website would come up, wouldn't it?
Our website, our Facebook page. You'll also see some videos that we took of interviews with our participants. Mainly if you go to our Facebook page, everything is there. The other thing I want to say real quickly is every summer we work with Rancho Cordova Community Center. They have a Teens in Lead program where we go to them and we make sack lunches and we go out to Loaves and Fishes and those children and us, we walk up and down that street providing lunches for those that day.
Wow.
Okay, so we are, once again, we are about the community. We want the children to understand that if you want better, you have to do better. You have to show others the kindness that you have in order for it to continue to pass around.
Great. Thank you so much for coming to talk to me.
Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, wish you well.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
We got to take a short pause, and we'll be back right after this important message with more LiveWire. You're going to learn more about locally designed and developed and printed and sold comic books.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
We're back with LiveWire. I'm Ray Tatter, and this is Big Tree Comics. It's actually comic books that are designed, made by hand, kind of, they're at least the original, by one of these three guys, or these three guys together. Is that right?
That's
Is that
correct.
right, Kyron?
Yes, it is.
And so you're kind of part of a team that puts all this together, and then you take this off to the printer and said, "Give me 10,000."
Yeah, sure. 10,000 would be nice.
10,000 would be great.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing thing, this development, because, you know, art forms such as, you know, comic book design and story development and just the art inside it is really interestingly new in a way, even though comic books are an old thing from the, you know, the little big books, you know, which were the first comics. To regular comics from the 30s and the DC comics and the characters developed. But those were developed as by commercially large national distribution companies, you know, like DC and all of that. But the fact that, lo and behold, in the next century, young men would be born to actually do comics in their own community and be part of this large comic con, and these characters may be imitated by people who come to the Comic Con and things like that. It's just fascinating to me to see it all happen. And I mean, it's amazing to see people also like yourselves who think you can make a living at this.
Yeah.
We're trying to.
Good, you're trying to. But that's good, you know, young actors come by me all the time and they think they can make a living as actors, and I wish them well. And some of them do. Some of them end up, you know, going from play to play to play. And so you guys could go from publication. Besides, these are history. These will be collector's items when I'm dead.
Hope so.
Hopefully
Which is
before
tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. At any rate, so who came up with Shaman's Destiny?
I did. It was the original creation I had for a couple of years. Then my wife one day said, "I need you to stop drawing and laying all your artwork and things all over the floor. I need you to create something because you're just messing up the house." So I just made it upon myself to do a challenge.
And you listen to your partner.
I do. That's why we've been married for so long. But I
You
just,
did.
Yeah.
You finally did. You know, I mean, and I think that's important that's an important lesson for many people, you know, who are fiddling with success, and it just takes their one person that they really loves them and says, "Go do this.
Yeah.
Finish it. Finish something." So that's an amazing thing. So, Larry, is that something like what happened to you? Did your wife push you towards finishing the drawing?
No. Actually, on my book, I was inking another book at, and I
Is
had
that
finished.
this one?
Yep, Joe Sean somewhere.
Uh-huh.
I was inking another book, not of this company, and I finished it, and I wanted to ink another book. So I had met Kyron at one of the comic shows, and we became friends. And I asked him, "Hey, you got anything for me to ink?" And he said, "No, I don't, but I have something you could draw." So I was a little
I needed help.
concerned.
Yeah.
So he kind of pushed me into drawing it a little bit, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take on the challenge. And so that's where Joe Sean Somewhere came from. Dennis Nancaro is the one that wrote the story. And then I took his story and turned it into pictures. And you know, we have issue 1.
Well, let me ask you a question about the dynamics of this, because this is very interesting. This has changed somewhat since I was a little boy. You would start out with, in regular comic books, kind of pictures, smaller pictures, where a storyline continues. I don't know if you can get in a little closer, Mr. Cameraman. And you can see that all of a sudden there are like whole pages, or if you go to a split page, you know, really big imagery here, and then tiny imagery running down this side of the page. And so these are moments. These are like dramatic. In film, we would say that these are medium shots, and this would be a wide shot. You know, wide shot with a lot of or maybe even a close-up actually. So you do these things, you think about this, do you choose the way that works?
So what I do is, when I'm reading Dennis's script, I look at it as a movie. So I play it as a movie in my head. So The characters are already designed, so I know what the characters are going to look like, and I try and get all the characters, and in that one, they're dogs and bad guys and good guys and everything. So I try and get them all designed. So when I'm reading the story, I'm playing a movie in my head. I'm a big movie buff, and I love action movies and big widescreen shots. Michael Bay, you know, he does a lot of explosions and a lot of dynamic shots and everything. So I try and convey that in the story. So as I'm reading it, I try and determine, it's called pacing. I try and determine what the pacing of the story is. So is the action going to be really fast? Usually action is pretty fast. So you do the panels either really big or a lot of consecutive panels together.
Is that how you work, Larry?
Well, for me, like for my books, like I would,
Larry,
I,
right?
Ricky. Yeah.
It's okay.
For my book is a comedy, so it's a little bit different than the stories that they have. And so when I'm writing my story, I'm trying to think of jokes. And so I write jokes and gags, and then I write the story around the jokes. And so I know, like, I want to fit, you know, this punchline on this page, and so I kind of lead up to it. And I have an overall idea of where the story's going, and so I have to lead them there through, you know, like the funny pages that would get to it. So I basically come up with the concept of, you know, this joke will fit here, and then what kind of dialogue would lead up to it.
Lead up to it, sure.
And then the pictures would then display it.
That is excellent. Those are just two different, you know, and I work in the theater, and actually those are two different ways of directing plays. You know, find a dramatic moment, and then everything leading up to it is something, or feel how the long end of the story works and make it well, Aristotle wrote it, you know, make it a rising action towards that thing. It's very interesting, two different styles, and they both work.
Yeah.
What about you, sir?
Well, I have the benefit of writing and drawing my book, so I'm a little bit more towards Larry's style, where as I'm writing my script out, I will envision how it's going to look like on TV or on a movie, because I'm more of a huge TV buff. So I will envision what things will look like. I'll give myself little notes on my script, and then from there, translate that into the artwork as I'm drawing it.
You brought up some slides. Let's have a look at the slides, and we'll talk a little bit about it. And then after that, I want to talk about some events that you know. You're also entrepreneurs, you know, and you have to actually sell your art, you know. I mean, and you do. What's this?
That was actually a piece I did from the Netflix series Stranger Things. It's the main character, 11, with the monster from the Upside Down right behind her. I was doing it for a art event here in Sacramento that unfortunately wasn't selected to be a part of it, but I was at least
That's
happy
a lovely
enough to have
piece.
it. Thank
Lovely
you.
piece.
And this was actually a original commission I've done for a customer. Her son, it's actually going to be a Christmas present for her son. Her son created his own Pokemon character. That was his Pokemon character that she wanted me to basically come to life. So I took all the notes that her son gave to him and translated that into that.
How a wonderful gift to give somebody is to find a creative artist to take someone's dream who doesn't have those skills and then hire that person.
Yeah.
What a wonderful thing.
It's fun to do, especially when you get to see the reaction when they finally get it in their hands. It's really brings you good joy in your life.
Absolutely. So, okay, here these look like some characters I've seen before. At least one of them.
These are mine. These are little sketch cards that I draw, which the sketch cards are like 2 inches by 3 inches. And this was at a comic show that I was at, and a mom had hired me to draw her daughter 2 pictures, and one was the daughter picked Wonder Woman, and then, which is the female on the left, and then the female on the right.
Yeah.
Female on the left is Poison Ivy, and yeah, they're just hand-drawn sketch cards.
Wow. Good. Good. Well, it's really fascinating. And then there's the Warriors. Whose is that?
So that was actually somebody that commissioned me to draw a picture for their son, Golden State Warriors, and those are the 5 starters for 2016-2017 season. And he was just a big fan, and so she asked me to
get
I draw that.
Okay. And what do you got there?
These are sketch cards. It's kind of a process.
Sketch cards,
It shows the black and white version in the middle or to the right of the character, and then to the left of the character is the color version.
And how color does it, and shading and color. Ooh.
And that's The Walking Dead.
These are sketch cards that I did. I've been working on trying to do like groupings of characters. These are all characters from a video game called Overwatch. So I started doing these ones a couple days ago, some kind of just putting those ones together right now.
Okay, well, you guys have to come back sometime and we'll talk more about things. And there's White Wang?
White and Wong, that's my book actually.
Oh, White and Wong.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Oh, and that one?
That is more sketch cards of Doctor Strange and Wong.
Wow. Okay. It's a very interesting, and whoa, look at that.
Yeah, those are more sketch cards that I did of New Warriors.
Good, good, good. And who that is the Big Tree Big Guys.
Yeah,
Yes, actually, that's us from the last SacCon. You have Larry, and then to the right of Larry is actually Dennis Nancaro, which is the writer of Joshon Somewhere.
And if we wanted to meet you guys, there are some events coming up when they could. What are they?
You can meet us here in Sacramento. We should be at the SAC Anime event in January. Larry and Ricky should both be there. They're expected to be there.
Okay.
The next event that we're going to be at is going to be Central Valley Con, which is in December 4th in Modesto. I think all three of us will be there.
Yep.
And we have tables
I think
there.
we have a slide for the Sac Valley event. If you guys would throw it up in there in the master room, we'd people would be able to get it. And so, thank you guys for talking to me about this. This is an amazing thing, and I find it an ever-growing fascination with the fact that you know, and there's it's an art form, and it's one that has drawn so many people. There it is, Sac Anime at Sacramento Convention Center on January 6th through the 8th. Or you can actually get on the web probably and find Big Tree Comics, right?
Yep, definitely. BigTreeComics.com is our primary website.
And you can find that these are very distinct and interesting characters and distinct kinds of art.
Yeah, our styles are vary depending on the person that's drawing the book.
But you help each other in all of these things.
Yeah, a lot of help and a lot of encouragement, and I think that's a good thing that has for us is that, you know, there are differing styles and differing types of books, and so you can get, you know, fantasy with Kyron and comedy with me and sci-fi with Larry, and so you're not gonna just get all, you know, superheroes and capes and stuff. It's gonna be different mix of things.
Well, thank you very much. We're out of time.
Okay.
Darn.
And we'll be back next week. We want to thank you guys from Big Tree Comics, and I wish you well in all of your goodies and what you do and sell comics.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
Next
Thank you.
week, LiveWire, we'll have some wonderful guests in our community who either serve the community one way or in another way, and you can take part in it by tuning in. Bye.
Thank you.